Park Ranger, anybody in there? I guess not. Park Ranger, anybody in there? All right. Hey guys, Joe Jrsp, Johnson Reality Self Protection, and now also a fully certified instructor of the Medusa Edge Weapon System. So I don't believe in punching with empty hands. I don't believe in it because this wasn't made for that. I just don't believe it. But I do believe in punching with a loaded hand. And I've been carrying fist loads for over a decade now. I came up with this to be compliant with the laws of Florida. We're not allowed to carry brass knuckles or anything. This is technically not a self-defense device. It's really not classified that. It's classified as a door knocker. I made it back in 2020. I was driving for Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, the gig economy. It put me in positions where I had to be driving around at night a lot of times. And sometimes you had to knock on the door. Sometimes then I drove for Amazon for like about a month, and sometimes you had to knock on the door there. And I got this in my head. It would be good to have something that was a fist load, but also a door knocker, so then you could explain it away as having of why you had it. Because a lot of these companies like Amazon and stuff, they didn't want you to have any weapons on you and on your person or whatever. So this is a Yawara stick fist load masquerading as what I would call a door knocker now. So door knockers ain't such a popular thing in the 21st century. It really came in handy. I work for Domino's. Domino's is a franchise, but it's like one of the biggest fast food pizza franchises right now. You would think they would have the money to give you a really good app experience. No, the app was complete garbage, and you were stuck doing things just the old way. You were always carrying the pizza up to the door, knocking on the door. And a lot of times you'd be knocking on the door. When you knock on the door with just your hand, sometimes people just wouldn't hear you knocking on the door for some reason, even if you were beating the door down. But with how the RSP door knock handler is what we call it is designed, it's got that chamfered edge here. It's designed to be able to knock on the door. It makes a crisp, clean sound, but it doesn't damage the door. I use it at the park now that I work at when I'm going to, investigate, clean the bathrooms. You got to make sure there's no in the bathroom so we
Park
can
Ranger, anybody in there?
um, link some footage
Is
here.
that
But you'll hear how crisp it sounds. That's what I carry it for, and I carry it as a door knocker. I've taken this into courthouses, airports, hospitals where you weren't supposed to take weapons. I don't classify this as a weapon. This is my own design. This isn't widespread. Only a select few people have these. And I'm happy to hear that a lot of y'all are interested in getting one of these. I made about 100 of these and sold a good amount of them. You can only sell these to people who are in the know of what this is, who are in the self-defense world and they know what, Kubotans and Yawaras are. Granted, this is not a Kubotan. Kubotan is a self-defense keychain. I don't like self-defense keychains. This is a Kubotan. This is a self-defense keychain. It's designed to be wore on a keychain. Why I don't like self-defense keychains is because people think, oh, I can just put it on my keys and I don't have to train. I don't have to do it. That's it. I'm carrying a Kubotan. Inconspicuous. It doesn't look like anything threatening. Its design is meant to be that way. It's not. This is designed to be able just to pass through underneath the radar. People will see it in your hand. They'll register that you have something in your hand, but it's not anything that has any sharp edges or anything, so automatically it doesn't look threatening, so people usually just disregard it. Nobody really asks what it is. This doesn't stand out, but it has these impact points, but we kind of call that right there the tanto end, and then you have the hammer end, which has that chamfered end right there, and it's great for hammer fist striking, but it's great for knocking on doors, like I say. But then this tanto end is great for doing non-lethal stabbing techniques as well. So you can do so many different things with this thing. It's crazy. You always line this thing up with these knuckles right here. You line it up with those knuckles, lock it in a proper fist. I don't recommend striking with an empty hand, but with a loaded fist, I can punch and it just enhances my punch. So I can punch, not have to worry about breaking my hand. This is going to help basically structure my fist so I don't break my hand when I punch. And so I can punch, and when I punch, I come back through with that hammer fist strike. I punch, I come through automatically, I retract for that hammer fist. I punched him, come through, hit him with that hammer fist, come back. We already went over the hammers. So hit him with an outside and outward hammer, come back with an inward hammer. It's like, and then we can continue that same process. Outward hammer, inward hammer, outward hammer to the ribs, inward hammer to the ribs, then upward hammer into the throat, into the chin, downward hammer to the top of the head or to the forehead. You could possibly break their forehead, hopefully not, because you don't want to do anything that's going to land you in jail. But that's what this is designed for. This is designed for self-defense and also to, like I say, be compliant with the law. And like, it doesn't have any sharp edges or any pokey points. And we designed it that way for a purpose, because anything you do that you have that can maim somebody, the law's fickle. Even if they were 100% in the wrong and deserved it, like say you like maim or disfigure them because this had a sharp edge here, and I like struck here, but it glanced off and went down their face and then cut them open severely, and now they have a 5-inch scar on their cheek. Well, if they survive that encounter and we go to a court of law, and the court of law deems that you used excessive force, you may have to pay for that, like your freedom. So that's why we designed this to be 110% effective, but at the same time, we don't want this to have maiming aspects to it. This is a less lethal, and we want it to represent that in every way, shape, or form. So it's made to knock on doors, okay? Made to knock on doors. It's not made to, knock on faces. But if if chances are there ain't no other choice, you're in a life and death situation, or a situation where it's your physical well-being, and you got to defend yourself. Well, like I told some people that I provided these to, other Domino's delivery drivers, like I told them, I told everybody extensively, this isn't for knocking on heads, but it's for knocking on doors. But if you have to knock some heads, like in a situation, like because it's your physical well-being, well, do what you got to do. So like I say, the classification of these are door knockers, okay? The door knock handlers. At the same time, they make very, very good Yawara sticks in a pinch. Probably the best Yawara stick that I have ever. I'm happy that I had the years of experience with different palm sticks and whatnot that I could create this. Hey, right now they're sold out, and I don't know when they'll come back in stock, and I don't know if it's going to be something that I just provide to everybody. These may just be something that you can only get through Jrsp, meaning that you have to actually come and train with us, in a some type of Jrsp session to obtain one of these. But yeah, that's the door knock handler. That is the update on that, because people have been asking how you come across one. Right now they're not available. Sorry about that, but stay tuned and they might come available. Maybe I might be able to partner with a company to really help get them out to the masses of people who want them. We will see. So hey guys, This is Ja with Jrsp, Johnson Valley Self Protection. Always remember that the world is a big place and all the dangers are very real. It's better to be paranoid and alive than complacent and dead. And I don't consider myself to be paranoid at all. I consider myself to be paranoid. And always remember that there's not a lot of things in this world that's worth your life and your freedoms. So, whenever you can, it's always better just to walk away. You guys take it easy.